Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to this edition of the Halcyon Show. My name is Lorne, I'm your host, and today we have an answer to an age-old question. What does the Arsenal Invincible season, a compass, and a certain UK battle rapper's career have in common? That's right, they never lost, and we examine that claim much more closely as we welcome venerated battler and immaculate record holder Frost to the show to rewatch his round one battle against Caveman in the Premier Battles Where Winning Matters tournament. Frost, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
What's good? Right.
I like the intro, man. I love it.
You've never lost. We need to examine that much thoroughly because we've got a battle today, and you may have won or lost this. He won. That's why we're here.
I never lost it, mate. Never lost it.
We need to touch on the thing first because obviously I did a series before where I was picking winners and losers and who I thought was going to do what or whatever. Going into this tournament, there was a lot of talk about who was going to win and who was going to lose, not just by me, but everyone. How did you deal with that? How did you be like, fuck, I'm going to win. Like, I'm going to do it. Like, but how do you kind of go into it with an expectation level from not only yourself, but people?
I mean, I appreciate people not putting me as one of the people that they put forward as the winner. Like, I understand why people would favor other people. I let myself down a lot of times, but like, at the same time, I know what I'm on, man, and I know like there's no one in that competition who can do what I do. Realistically, like they're just not that well developed or versatile. Like they just ain't got the same strings to the bow. Yeah, so that's. I don't really mind. I love it. I'm here for the fucking hate, man. This is like I don't even feel it as hate. It's all the bit of it's the game, innit? I love it. So I'm here for it. I don't care what other people say. I know what I'm on. Never lost.
When you heard about the tournament, were you excited, or were you thinking, "Oof, mountain to climb now"? But because you entered it anyway, like, what was your like gut reaction to it?
I mean, I quite enjoy tournaments. I think it's a nice, like, I've been in a few. Yeah, I was excited for it. I quite like the idea of everyone sort of throwing themselves in the hat. I was quite disappointed with a lot of battlers for not putting themselves in the tournament, to be honest. I think there's a lot of people that should have been in there that's not in there. And whatever their reasons are, I'm sure they got valid reasons to not be in there. But I think if we as a community are trying to build this scene, this might be the perfect thing to develop like a real following. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of star players that didn't play, and it's a shame. But I was excited for it, and I was expecting more people to turn out for it, to be honest. Like, it's still got a good turnout. Like that's not what I'm saying at all. But it's just, I think there's a few star players that should have had their hats in the game.
I know exactly what you're saying, but I also think that it means that the door is open then to steal a march on something that could have a lot of meaning down the road. Because again, Prem are putting a lot of weight behind this. And in your case, I feel like, especially in the little segmenty bits that they're doing with Shotty and with Stro, and Stro's obviously coming across as a massive, just, right, everyone, I'm disappointed in you all. You all need to be fucking brilliant, right? Their thing with you was like, we want to see him consistent. Coming into the tournament, was that something you're like, right, I'm gonna fucking nail this to prove all of them motherfuckers right, including me, because I know that one of my criticisms was, listen, when he nails it, he nails it, but when he doesn't, was it that? Like I say, that elephant in the room of Frost never lost. Can he really live up to that? You know what I mean?
So me and Koj was joking with each other that I wouldn't be able to make it through 7 battles without choking. Like, that's that from the beginning to the end. And I was like, well, I can choke one of the group stages, get it out of the way early, and then I got 6 in the bank, I reckon. But yeah, we was joking about it. Listen, I know what my stereotype. Well, stereotype? That's not the right word. But I know what sort of what looms around me, innit? I understand that, and I know why people think that my memory will let me down on things. I mean, I know everyone knows what my prep's like. It's bags of time, last minute magic sort of work. But I've I've approached the whole tournament differently. Like I have been at the work. Like I've been, as soon as I know what the battle is, I'm working at it. I've given myself enough time to be memorized. I haven't had like I don't think I've even had stumbles over my work. Like yeah, so I'm in a good place at the moment, man.
I'm going to add something and then we're going to get into it because everyone's like, Lauren, shut the fuck up. I want to see some battles, right? I just have one thing I want to put to you because it's something that. So when I was analysing everybody, I was trying to look, right, what's this guy's deal? Like, what's he doing? What's he trying to do, right? One thing that I noticed when you really put tires on the road, and the thing that I noticed about this battle, without spoiling anything, you seem to have something that a lot of other battlers don't when they're doing their stuff, which is, like, there's a real fucking purpose, like a real through thread to your rounds, which in sequence make it feel much more solid, which in this environment, in this context, right, people were just like not reacting because they weren't feeling it. They weren't reacting because they wanted to just let you go, right? My question is was that purposeful coming in? Was that like, right, I'm going to fucking blow everyone away? Like, the hardcore guys, the veterans, the new guys, the fans that see it on, like, I want them all to be, right, shut up. I'm about to do my thing now and you need to pay attention. Because that's the thing I took away from these battles, is that, like, when you really get going, people seem to just sort of zone in on you and just want to see what you're doing rather than break the concentration with an overt reaction. In fact, when I saw you live, that was the gimmick of your second round, is like, right, I'm going to time this to perfection. And you did.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about, am I wrong? Am I wrong in thinking that you've come into this with a real sense of purpose? Or is that something that you're like, right, watch this?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think I owe a lot of that to I think crowd control as well. Is just knowing what I'm writing is, and as well in the tournament setting, it's a small room. It's realistically it's the people that's in the tournament that's in that room. So it's a different battle to fight, sort of course. But yeah, I haven't been what am I saying here? I haven't been writing to make crowd reactions, but also knowing that, like, I'm just gonna chain punches. I mean,
right.
When you saw me live, that was a different. I mean, that was a concept round that I just had an idea for of like, and it obviously. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Frost versus DKE on No Loose Chat. I do a round. It's 2 minutes flat. Yeah. That was just an idea I had, and I wanted to see if I could pull it off. But yeah, in the tournament setting, like I'm trying to hit as many pockets as I can, especially in the early, like in this game, in this battle. Because as far as I saw it with the tournament, this could hopefully be loads of people's first introduction to me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hit as many pockets as I could, as to like what I can and can't do, sort of thing. Yeah, so I've definitely, and I have been doing that, carrying that through the rest of the battles I've had in the tournament as well.
I needed to raise that because obviously my thing with that round was I was being stubborn in that I don't get it, man. Anyone could do it. This is it. And then someone, I can't remember who it was, but a battler took time out of his day to go, right, Lauren, sit down. I'm going to teach you something. You have any fucking idea how hard that is? I'm like, well, explain it to me. And they went through agonizing detail. It was only after that conversation, right, maybe I just don't get Frost and I really need to look at it from a different angle and perspective. And that's when I started rewatching your battles and going like, right, now I think I get it. And that, I think this battle is a great example of that. And against an opponent like Caveman, who is just all over the place, man. He just comes at you with everything in all different angles. I'm looking forward to seeing how you think you broke it down and how you contended with it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, let me shut the fuck up for a second and let's watch some battle rap, shall we? Let's go. Right, on to Trubs.
What's going on, people? This your boy Trubs. I am the plug. Welcome to Premier Battles, and this is where winning matters. A $3 grand tournament, 32 battlers across 8 groups battling for $3 grand. Hey, yo, let us know in the comments who you predicting to win, what battles you're looking forward to the most. Who do you see being in the final? Exactly, man. If you want to see the battlers talking crazy before their battles and everything, head over to the Plug TV, the official Plug TV, and let's see who backed their talk. Let's see who actually backed their talk. Let us know in the comments who you got winning. You're done.
Now's a good time to remind everyone that you can go back and watch the battle, leave comments. Again,
Yeah,
it's,
100%.
the result might be in, but that doesn't mean that the fans' reaction isn't disregarded, man. People want to know what people thought.
That's one thing. I mean,
There he goes. Ah, he's got it. I told him to tell me to shut the fuck up when he needs me to.
no. I mean, I just wanted to add to that. I mean, in the comments and everything, like this battle, a lot of people give it to Caveman. So like, it's mad to because I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, this is me clean sweep, and it's funny to see that like a lot of the people feel otherwise. I don't know if they're watching the same thing I watch, but we'll see. We're gonna watch it together. So
I mean, let's be honest. What kind of dickhead, what kind of monster would give it 2-1 to Caveman? And what idiot would leave evidence of it in the comments section of the Premier Battles? Where only matters
absolute maniacs. Absolute maniacs. I don't know if they're watching the same battle. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it, and we're gonna find out why they're wrong.
We'll watch it and see what happens. But you know, it's a free country. You know, you can judge it how you want to. I do want to come to that. I tell you what, we'll come to that. We'll put a pin in that particular issue. And we'll come to it at the end. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, and go and check out the Patreon. Obviously, they're not plugging it as often, but obviously, Prem do a pretty good package on the Patreon.
Yeah, that's.
Cammy, Frost got to watch out. Pagan and Hamill, them two are a problem apparently.
We are in Manchester for where?
They are. They're good. They are very good.
But are they on your level?
I mean, I don't think they're experienced enough yet. I haven't seen them get into the different bits. I mean, I'm very impressed with both of them. I think they're both very good. And if they keep developing the way they are, they're up there. But I mean, this is still early in the game for them. So if this was a year down the line, I'd be singing a different song. But yeah, I think at the moment this is still in my hands. But yeah, man, that's the danger of an up and comer in it. They're hungry. So yeah.
That's it. I mean,
listen, I'm not a fool to say that I'm aware of people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm aware of who's who and who to worry about in the tournament. I'm not a fool. But yeah, I'm still good.
Then again, you know that they're going through the gauntlet like you are. Like, you can only worry about who's in front of you, right? Right. Listen, they can all battle it amongst themselves. I'll be over here winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way you've got to approach a tournament situation. But anyways, right. It's there he look. There's in the background there on the left-hand side. There he is. He's fucking everywhere at the moment. Good for you, Cammy. I'm coming for that Prem advert spot though, Cammy. I'm coming for it.
Round number 1. If you're with us in the building, make some noise.
Yay.
If it's your first time watching Premier Battles, make sure you click subscribe and let us know in the comments who you thought won this battle. Head over to patreon.com/Premier Battles where you can get yourself some nice looking merch. You'd probably be a better model than I am. But it works, doesn't it? On the right hand side, let them know who you are, my bro.
Yo, it's Caveman, we out of Manchester. We've got everybody, yeah?
And to my left, introduce yourself.
Big Frost never lost.
We're back.
London. It's a 3-round judge battle, 60 seconds. Frost won the flip, couldn't decide if he wanted to go 30 seconds. So he let Cave go first. So round 1 on Frost, let's go.
So Caveman's outside for the tourney. He's gonna pray he stayed in bed. Someone should have warned you of the dangers laid ahead. They all know what I'm on. That's why they pay me with respect. And as soon as we get matched, they start breaking into sweats. I got this tournament on smash, occupying spaces in their head. And yeah, the rent's free because the neighborhood's a mess. I'm in his head like an aneurysm. Bad surprise. Mr. Bags of time, prepped and practice. Yikes, your best work or your dignity. That's the price. He ain't hanging with Frost like an icicle. For the round scheme, I should have said stalactite. But Cave ain't got the minerals. Let's have it right, you bag of Tell Cavey better stop acting crazy. He come outside, he better wrap up safely. I'll rattle cages. I ain't catching cases, but you can catch these hands that I'm Cassius Clay with. I'll smash his face in, grab a blade, lacerate, leave him looking like a lattice pastry. Yeah! Everything you got can get battered like a northern chippy. Everything you got can get battered like a northern chippy. You're a hippie, mid-20s looking more than 50. Call it quits. We've already had enough of your awful performances. These awkward, weird, long drawn-out bits, random setups for jokes, and it's all just shit. Caveman can't make nothing fire off that worn-out stick.
That's round one. Talk us thoughts. Stream of consciousness, this shit.
So, I mean, where to start? So, I mean, the opening, like I said to you earlier, I wanted to make an introduction to everybody. Like, hopefully, this is somebody's first battle they're watching of mine, and also for the tournament as well, to sort of introduce myself into the tournament, that like where I think I am placed amongst everybody. And then I feel like the run of bars through that. I mean, the Caveman got the minerals, like I think that's a crazy line, that and the whole pattern throughout it. It's very nice writing, very nice and tight. Hold on, I can pull up my notes. Let me pull up my notes.
Comments, people.
Remind myself.
Give Frost a second to pull up these notes. Comments. Just say they're trash, bro. The press conference answer isn't the Frost I've known, says Cammy. Just say they're trash, he says. Cammy trying to elicit.
Who's trash? Everyone. I mean,
everyone's trash.
Listen, I like to be fair. Yeah, like they are trash, but they're still good. Listen, there's potential there, and there's also, but we've seen potential turn to shit a lot of times. So I don't want to badmouth the youth, innit? Like they're coming up and they're trying hard, and I appreciate them putting in the effort. They make the tournament worthwhile. People like this is what people come up for. But it's my money. It's already spent. It's too late. It's too late for everybody. But I don't like to be mean, man. Stop making me be mean, Cammy. I'm a lovely person. And then so back to my amazing writing. Like I just feel like there's so many patterns in there. There's a lot of like broken up bits. A lot of like internal writing. It shows in the judges. I mean, respected writers in Pathogenic and Bizzo, when they talk about the intricacy of my writing, I think that's one thing that I'm not sure whether it comes across a lot. It just on a surface level. I don't know whether people like sort of register what my writing's like. That my writing is actually quite. What do you want? Sorry.
We can take an intermission. It's fine.
No, it's cool. Just fucking women. Where was I?
Well, I was gonna ask a question about the intricacy, because you were talking about basically the intricacy and whether or not it's coming across. Like writing in an environment, that's short, writing in an environment with a reduced crowd capacity and therefore scope for reaction. How does that all factor into how you're thinking, right? Because I know that part of it is, I want this to hit like this, or I want it to lead into this with this momentum. Like, how does it shift for you versus what you would normally be doing?
To be honest, the time restrictions, I've quite enjoyed having to sort of work around the time restrictions. I think it like you do find yourself just cutting a lot of fat out, and it's difficult to sort of get your point across when you have to trim a lot of the fat. There's a lot of times when I might start writing something and just think that I've got to develop too much of an idea here for me to finish this bar. Like I'm trying to think of an example. Well, there isn't an example at the moment. This is yet to come. But it's difficult to try and make sure that you can get everything off in your 60s, and yeah, what am I saying here?
Well, the question I'd have for that is, do you have to choose? Like, do I just scattergun this and just try and hit and whatever sticks to the wall? Or do I pick do I hone in on an idea and spend the 60 seconds making that idea as fucking potent as possible? Or is there a way of balancing those two? Because in my mind, balancing those two things of going into a bigger idea and then coming back out into a couple of smaller ideas in 60 seconds, that sounds like hard work. That sounds like a real tough job.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, so for me personally, my idea is always to have like an overall base of a round, and then just work around what that initial idea. So if you imagine it like a sort of tree of it, so like there's the beginning point here, and then these are the branches off of that, and then we're gonna go like, and then it's a fresh tree for the second round, and we're gonna work around whatever this fucking seed was. And that's how I work my rounds. I mean, it is. That's why I quite enjoy having the 60s, because it's very easy to stay within that bracket. I think sometimes if you've got longer rounds, then you have to develop more ideas into something, and I think sometimes you can lose your point by overplaying your point. I think the 60s is quite nice for the tournament, man.
I agree. How did it feel to stick the landing on the first round in your debut in the tournament? There's a lot of obviously talk going into it of everyone like acclimatizing to the tournament format. You go in, nail the landing. How did that? And again, I would argue in the premiere battle of the event of the episode, I would say. So there's again a lot of focus and attention on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was very nice. I mean, even on the day, so we was originally planned to sort of be later on in the day. Obviously, things happen, so we've gone early on in the day, and we've had, I mean, of the whole day of filming, we had the battle of the day of the filming. We've had the battle of the day of the first release, and it was quite nice to be on the first release. I feel like just for an introduction for everybody else, I feel like I'm a good poster boy, poster man. It sounds like a superhero. Yeah, so I think it was nice. It was nice to be on the first one, and set pace is how I like to put is the way I like to put it. Yeah, and I set pace on the day of filming as well, and I think I've been continuing that throughout the tournament as well. You'll see what's yet to come, but yeah.
Indeed. I'll just point out, so How Shrooms is watching, he just can't comment. How Shrooms, we've only watched one round and it was Frost. How is it now 2-1? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's 2-1 Frost, and we've only watched one round, dude. Like, that's not how that works.
I mean, he's wrong even. He's wrong, because it's 3-0.
Gives you the win after one round, and he's still wrong.
yeah.
I love it. Well, this is the hard bit. We've got to watch Caveman's round now, and you got to.
Of course.
I want to see how it landed. So, anyways, round 2 on Caveman. Let's go.
See, when I heard the word on the curb I was battling Frost, I was actually shocked. I tried to watch his last battle, it was so whack that I stopped. I got a left hook to leave his whole faculty rocked. Then you can catch a second hand like a charity shop. I will spin this punk. It's easy to. You make it hard to believe in you. Your catchphrase is Frost never lost. Well, you have lost literally every battle I've ever seen you do.
Sorry, I love how you can't help but mouth it.
Never lost. I can't.
Just,
you know, it's so funny.
You're gone in that moment. Like, you're not even listening to her, and we're like, yeah, say it again. Never lost.
I've had to remove myself. I just can't help myself, and it's just branding. I can't. Never lost. This and it's fun to say as well. I know I can't explain it, but it's this trigger.
It is, but it gets people. It's instantly the double take of wait, what? And then even if they buy into it, great. If they want to argue with it and question it, great. Like, and everyone's always coming back to it. Everyone's always going to come back to it as well. So,
I mean, so it's I sort of say it's like a defense play, because it's like, I mean, Frankie Fraser even brought this up. I don't know if he said it in the battle, but you say it or you don't say it, but it wins. It doesn't matter what you do with it. It never lost. If cuss it, that you make yourself look stupid, because we all know what the joke is. Do you know what I mean? Like it's mental to me that people still play the card of like, oh, I'm gonna say that actually you have lost. Like crack on, man. Like I feel. That's why I say like it's a defense strategy, because like you're gonna spend around saying like, oh, you have lost before, and like, it's like, who the fuck what? yeah. So please, everybody, please talk about how I've lost before. I love it. Keep them coming. I think that's you lot's best rounds. You lot's best rounds is the ones where you say I've lost before. Gold work.
I love it. I love
Genius.
It's peak, but true. See, I think you make this look effortless. I just find it very evident you never put enough effort in. I dedicate hours to my craft. It's painstaking, so it's beautiful when I slide on frost. But we ain't skating. This is plain sailing, because you, my friend, have peaked and had to settle at the level that you've met. You've peaked like a pervert, sweating after sex. It is peak that you're still not respected as a threat. I guess he's doing up Gillette. This is the best a man can get. So listen up, you little booty crease. There is nothing you can do to me. This is a chain of events where I ring your neck like jewelry, beautifully. I don't write punchlines, I write eulogies and have old ladies screaming, what happened to this community? So move discreet or lose some teeth, because I can bring 5 guys to your front door and ain't none of us delivering for Uber Eats. It's one.
That's one.
All right, let's go. Second round.
So, how did that sit with you?
I mean, for me, I win that round. I mean, this is a problem I always feel with judging battle rap, is that like it's unfortunate that people put punch count in as, and it is a factor, but it punching isn't all that battling is, if you know what I'm saying. So say like a shuffle T phone round. Now, maybe that's a stupid round to use in a tournament setting. I appreciate that. But like, it's one massive punchline.
Yes.
There might be a few bits here and there where you're like, haha, that's fine. But like, it's just one massive punchline. Whereas someone could come in and hit 100 punchline, like just chain punches. And then if you're scoring off of, well, they had so many more punchlines, then yeah, but the creativity is still on either side. So I mean, for me, I feel like my writing was a lot stronger. I think I hit a lot more. For me, I don't think Cave had a punchline there that I would score above average.
Okay.
I don't like he had a lot of punchlines and he's very dynamic is the word I'll use. Like he throws himself about. You really do pay attention to him. Like his jokes land when he wants them to land and whatever else. But I don't think that any of the bars was above average. I think it was all very standard things that we've heard variations of before. Whereas I believe my writing, like I think I had the better bars, even though I didn't really have a lot of punch. She took my fucking phone. I think my writing was just a level higher, man. And I do think it's about myself. I mean, typical battle rapper to think that their writing's better than everyone else's, but I do believe that my writing was just a level above, and it's very clean as well. Like if you listen to the rhyme schemes throughout things, it's just a lot tighter, I believe. So yeah, that's 1-0 to Frost.
I have a question
I don't know
before
if anyone
move on.
disagrees. Please.
Well, this is not me disagreeing.
No,
Kind of is.
I mean, if
but
you disagree, I'm quite happy to hear why.
I'll tell you what it is. I'd rather not disagree. I'll tell you what, I will ask a question instead. What did you make of the fact that the guys seem to intimate that punches is what they're after in the tournament, when in the segments they were kind of making reference to the fact that in the 60 seconds they want to see plenty of action, they want to see plenty of this, that, the other, they want to see plenty of moments, essentially, right? But you're coming at it from that thing of, no, I want it to be quality, and in order for it to be quality, it has to have time and it has to have thought. If I just throw out random assortments of words that happen to rhyme and it maybe just catches you off guard, it's the difference between again, a real solid comedy sketch versus a one-line joke guy. Yeah, he gets more jokes in the 15 minutes that he would have taken for me to write the sketch. But which do you remember? Like, it's that argument. And I got to be honest, I kind of fall in between. I get both sides. From your perspective,
100%.
do you want the tournament to necessarily be so, like, knowing what you do well, you don't want that to be penalized, do you? So how do you feel about that? And more importantly, do you feel like your writing can still overcome that sort of predilection towards punches?
Yeah, I do. I mean, this is the thing as well. It's not to say that I won't ever do a round of punches. I mean, that's not part of my style. Do you know what I mean? I just, for me, I approached this battle, especially the first round, of like I wanted to just display how good my writing is, how good my patterns are, and what I'm capable of as a writer. That was what my objective was the first round. I mean, you can see that there's not a lot, say, directed at Cave, even though I do believe a lot of it is directed at Cave, but within the overall bracket of the round rather than individual parts being directed at Cave. I think that the overall umbrella is what makes it about Cave. But to the point, what was the point? Remind me.
Punches versus like solid quality, like taking time to get to a point rather than just throwing points randomly, sort of thing.
Yeah. So the one good thing about having battle rappers as judges is that there is, I mean, you'll see it when we get to the judges' decision on this. They do talk about my intricacy, and that is what gives me the win overall. So I don't feel like it's going to be something that snookers people in the tournament, but it is definitely something to be aware of. I mean, it is something to be aware of when you're in a competitive battle anyway, is that to know that you have to, one style isn't what wins battles. Do you know what I mean? It's being able to be versatile. I'll always say when talking about writing for battles and preparing, each individual battle is a puzzle. I never treat one battle as the same as the last one. How to attack someone is completely different. Everyone has their own weaknesses or whatever, or strengths that you want to sort of show superiority over or whatever. And that's how I go about things. And I do rate Caveman as a writer. So that was part of my plan as well, to show that I can. And it's always one of these difficult things in a battle of when I'm going to go for this, I'm going to show this, and then someone like Cave does a round like that. And it's very difficult to sort of to pull them apart. They do look close. I mean, of course, I'm going to have a bias towards myself, but I appreciate why people will feel like Cave could have took that round. He hit a lot of times. It was good. That the full 60 seconds was very entertaining. I don't see what I completely appreciate why someone would give that to Cave. Personally, I just feel like my reasons is that I don't feel like any of the bars was that high of a grade. I think on a writing level, I think my writing was better. I do think I had a higher level of bar average, if you know what I mean, but didn't have as many. But overall, I think if we say like he's like a 5.6, mine is like a 7.8, and yeah, it's my round.
I got you. Hey, listen, man. You can judge it however you want to, even if you were battling. That's the beauty of this shit. Anyways,
that's it.
We get to another one of your favorite bits, which is your second round. Let's go.
My favorites.
Especially like the bit where I
so they
got
tell
the judges
me
rounds.
Caveman is the future.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then man is baffled. I told you we ain't discovered fire yet. You know, crackle, crackle. Maybe the haters are right and we should scrap the channel. Because you know what rhymes with your government, Patrick Farrell? Practice battle. With my feet up, I'll take him out. Savage tackle. I'll grab and slash his Adam's apple. Judges bang the gavel. I got a sentence for murder. Watch Cave become a patch of gravel. Man down, shit's creek. And look who never brang a paddle. I'll walk through him, become a guide. See Cave laid out, I've got a plan for you. Our torching Cave is something light, but stuff that you can't hold a candle to. He got placed in the toughest group and it's left him exposed. He's been around a minute but developing slow. Caveman stuck in the past and will never evolve. Tried to step from his hole and he's dead in the snow. Not in my league but thinks he's ahead of his own. Fucking dummy, bro, he doesn't know his head from his toes. He learned today when I cut from his head to his toes and leave carvings from Caveman, etch it in stone. It's a warning message for everyone. I'm letting them know. A bat in the cave, I'll wipe out the rest from the nose. They all want to see Frost till they step in the cold. I tell them this is what you get for getting involved.
I'll be fucking loving that. Like the two-footed tackle, like I don't think I've seen him as happy in that entire episode.
I mean, this is, again, it goes back to what I was saying before. I think this is what's to be said about my writing. Is as much as I appreciate like people in the comments give it to Cave, you can see it through respected battlers' eyes, and they all seem to really appreciate my writing. So who's wrong? Them or you, eh? Them or you?
I will say, right, this isn't a critique on you. This is a critique, not even on Prem, actually. But, like, you mentioned it at the top where you were like, right, I'm thinking about people that might never have seen me before. Like, I want to kind of introduce them to me a little bit, but then I want to get on with business, right? I think Prem maybe missed a trick with the studio segments in, like, because I think what the disparity sometimes in judging is what people like versus when a battler sets out to do their style to the best of their ability and nails it. Because then you've got the potential for two guys with two completely different styles having a relatively even battle, because the audience is like, right, I get what this guy's trying to do. I get what this guy's trying to do. This guy's good, but this guy's doing his thing better or closer to his best, right? And I think sometimes, like, contextualizing it in we just want to see punches, or we want to see like a mad concept round, or we just want reactions. We just want you doing stuff that makes people go, whoa, right? It limits you, as opposed to just saying, no, here's Frost, and Frost does this. He's really good at it. And when he gets on a roll, this is when he's at his pinnacle, right? Because then I think an audience can, like, they can start to sense, right? Something's coming together. Do you think that that's something that could help the judging aspect when there's this, or is the controversy good? I mean, fuck, let's just throw it out there. Like, when you've got two people that think fucking the same battle was judged differently, and there's a conversation, that's oh, sweet, right, hash it out in the comments, lads.
100%. And I think as additional to that, I mean, I think hate is better for media. In the long run, I think that generates more comments. So people disagreeing with something, because if you agree with something, you're less likely to comment and say that you agreed with it, rather than if you disagree with a judgment. That's when you're like, no, that's wrong. Like this is an outrage, whatever. Like, and I think that shows in the. But yeah, I always feel like it's probably better to have people against you in the comments than it is to have everyone just going at, because people just won't. Like, fair judging decision, that doesn't happen. That's not in any comments in the world ever. What does happen is the judges were stupid. This is outrageous. Like, the referee's been booked, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's, yeah, I'm not mad. I think it does play to things. As well, to another point I think you made of. You were saying about being judged on, like, being a really good Frost or being a really good Cave. I mean, I don't want to get people lost in the idea of, like, judging someone against themselves. So like, say for instance, who's another battle in the thing? Say like the brand new comer and myself, say, and so it's like they've done really good, they've done really well, but because you haven't seen me do better than a normal Frost, like I see someone saying like, I've seen Frost do better. Like, fair enough, you might have seen me do better, but did I win? because if you're judging me against like a past performance and be like, well, he's done better than that, so I'm not gonna rank it just because it's a 7 out of 10 Frost battle or Frost round. Like, I end up eating shit because of it? But then I guess that is it's hard for people. At the same time, I guess I get a bias on the other side of things. It's difficult, isn't it? It's the sort of the double-edged sword of things. But yeah, I don't want people to get lost in the idea of like, oh well, he exceeded my expectations, so he should win. But realistically, someone's done way better than them. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough as a judge.
It's a weird one,
I
man.
don't envy them.
I've tried to explain judging and battle rapping 1,000 times, and I still don't have an answer.
It's
I don't
impossible.
have like a thing where I can go, oh, here's how you do it. It is literally, who do you think won and lost? And then you just try and fucking find the words. Or, when all else fails, I refer to my good friend Bobby, whoever makes the other person look like a dickhead. If your opponent looks like a dickhead, you won. And it's playground. Like, it's just... Fuck it, man. And it's a weird one. But anyways, Caveman's round is next.
I mean, just to add to that, I think sometimes I don't... I mean, obviously, we're in a tournament setting, things have to be judged.
Yes.
But personally, I'm not always a fan of having to judge a battle. I think you either know who wins the battle and everybody knows who wins the battle, or it's just a really good battle. I'm not really interested in having like a breakdown of things and until we get into a tournament setting like this,
sure,
where it's necessary for us to come to an understanding. But personally, for me, without the tournament setting, this is a fantastic battle.
No, I agree.
We've just gone at it, and it's for me. Without it being in the tournament setting, I'm very happy with like it doesn't matter who won this battle. Obviously, it does now, but otherwise, I think that goes for a lot of battles. I'm not really interested in being like, oh, he won this and arguing the point. I think that's not what battling should be about. If there's a clear winner, there's a clear winner, and we all know who a clear winner is. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think it's not that deep. But it's weird because it is like a sport of sorts where it is a competition and people. I think a lot of people do think, well, there has to be a winner. There has to be a winner and a loser. But for me, I don't know. I think the performance of things takes over at a certain point.
No, I agree. I think the only reason that the judging is scrutinised from some of the fans' perspective in the tournament is because of the rounds. Because the rounds are playing a factor in who places where in the group stages, right? And so every round becomes crucial. Like, you've got Kingsley and fucking Hulk, who is a split decision, and I think it's 5-4 when it comes to the rounds, but Hulk's the one that takes the points. And it's like, man, if someone judges this battle 2-1 the wrong way for me, even if I win, I lose 2 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's you're trying to get through to the next phase. You know, you can't afford to be dropping rounds. Like, you want every round.
I mean, especially in our group and in Hulk's group as well. Like we have very competitive groups. Every point is vital because I mean, it is you're battling people who most likely be finalists within your group. Like, so every point counts, and it is difficult. I mean, I have my own feelings about some of the judging later on in this battle. Not a big fan of visuals. Didn't really explain himself. Didn't really explain himself very much, even though he said he watched the battle a few times. Didn't really give any points, though.
We'll have to see.
And it would be you, Visual, if you're watching me, and I know you are, you snake, yeah? It would be you, bruv. But anyway, yeah. Caveman's second round.
Let's go. Now you got a reason to stick around now to see that judging segment. It just got spicy.
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like about Frost? I don't like anything about Frost.
That's me.
When it comes to my favourite rappers, you are not mentioned.
I fucking love that. I fucking love that as a bit. I love it. That is as a joke thing. That's brilliant. Like he had everyone and he took it straight away from us. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that as an intro to a round, man. And that's something he does throughout the rest of it as well, man. He's a brilliant fucking comic writer. I hate to sort of to downplay comedy, but like because it's the writing is also very necessary. I mean, obviously it's battle rap, but like very good comedy, man.
Of Triple H at SummerSlam in '99 because I do not watch wrestling.
See what I'm saying? Amazing.
I'm sorry. That is. Do you watch wrestling?
I do, yeah.
Right.
I do.
For a wrestling fan, that's fucking incredible. For a non-wrestling fan, that's fucking incredible. That was. I'm sorry, dude. That might have been my favorite night of the line of the entire night, just because I went, what? Stop. That's ridiculous. It's so
100%.
so dumbly
100%.
clever. I fucking loved it.
It's funny in the moment in my head when he's saying it, I'm thinking, oh, this is risky. This is risky for you to be mentioning like a one-away wrestling event from 30 years ago. Like, I'm surprised. Genuinely in my head in the moment, I'm thinking, wow, I can't believe this. And then again, like I say, great comedy writing. Just to sort of, he had me thinking, oh wow, what is and what that carpet got pulled, mate. Yeah, brilliant play. I really enjoyed it. This is the thing.
It was good, and like I say, man, that's the dichotomy of this battle. Like I was saying, like this battle epitomized to me two different styles going at it to the best of their ability, and that's why
100%.
it made for a great slugfest, man. It really did.
My weekend means hitting the studio or cleaning my kitchen, linking with wifey, eating a din-dins. Him, he just likes going dogging. Give the guy a time and a place and he'll be lying in wait with a pie and a vape and a smile on his face. Fucking West London.
See, now,
I heard you got kicked out.
So I could see you in your head just being like, right, how can this go? Where's this going? And then immediately after he goes, you go, nah, this isn't going anywhere. Like, I could just see you analysing it. As I could see it on your face, man.
Yeah, and this is again why there was no fat left on my bones. Like I just think that this is what fucks him up for me in this round, because he's steamrolled into it and he lost a lot of for me, he loses a lot of momentum with that tiny little bit of filler that he had there. It's a shame, because within 60 seconds I don't think there's room for a filler. Everything has to go somewhere, or it has to be a very clever part of writing. If you're gonna waste anything, there has to be a reason to it. It can't just be. And I think that was a waste of space for him there. Unlucky.
I have some observations about Caveman, but this isn't Caveman's episode, so we'll have to put a pin in that for now. We're here with Frost, so let's get through Caveman stuff and get back to Frost's favourite bit.
The sex dungeon for chest bumping. I heard you drink hot chocolate with your.
So now, I think if you leave it there, it's funnier than if you then add something. Like, I think, in fact, fuck it. Here's my observation about Caveman. When he's completely irreverent and not careish, he's at his best. But then when he tries to steer it back to a purpose, that's when he starts losing the momentum a little bit. Like his no loose chat battle, I forget who it was against. His third round was just him going like, well, fuck, I've lost. He was just so loose and irreverent, and it was amazing. Yeah. But the first two rounds, he was coming at it with a real directness that just didn't suit him. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what you're highlighting. It's like when he's like throw something out there, it's good, but then when he tries to bring it back on track or steer it, it just loses something, putting it on the rails. Is that what you're trying to? Is that what you're kind of alluding to?
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's so. I don't know if it was the bar before, but he sort of throws it. The crowd respond to it because it's a music, and he sort of throws it away as if to be like I don't know, as if he's mocking the fact that it's been responded to, or I don't know. I don't know how whether I'm reading it wrong, but it just doesn't feel as if like that.
I think what I see.
I got kicked out of the sex dungeon for chest bumping.
Yes.
I just, for me personally, I like it. It's funny, but it feels very like playground.
Yes.
And I think it really suffers. Like, and the thing is, I think he overplays the hand here.
Okay.
He played. He came in and it was like and they're landing, but at a certain point you've got to Koj says it about like you've got to gain the credit for doing certain things. So if you continue to play like a lower level joke, if you know, although they're still funny, it's still sort of just like, oh, you thought this, ha ha ha. Like it. So
Right.
if you're gonna keep on playing that, then there has to be some point where you're like, I have to get the carrot at some point. You can't keep on taking the carrot. I need to get the carrot at some point, and if I don't get the carrot, then it really makes things sort of look, well, maybe there was no carrot in the first place.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. No, that you reminded me of the South Park anecdote where they're talking about telling stories. Like you can't just go and then this happens and then this happens and then this happens, because it feels like nothing's ever going anywhere. Whereas if you're building or you're subverting to something else, then it can feel like it's got a bit more substance and a bit more material. I get exactly what you're saying, and I think through that prism, like when I take the reaction, just the initial, oh, that's funny out of it, and then the connecting tissue of it, I am starting to see a little bit more of what you're alluding to. But let's see what else he's got.
With your mother's milking. Stood here looking like the second coming of Rumpelstiltskin. I bet you spend your weekends in the forest, in a cottage, in the little bear's little chair, playing fucking panpipes and dreadlocking your nipple hair. I bet you don't even have toenails. Just additional teeth at the tips of your feet, you despicable freak. You look like the fucking grand design of Dr. Frankenstein if he didn't really have the time and had to make a pig's ear of it and cobble man together with a cow's eyeball and a pig's ear and shit. Stay clear of it. That's 2.
So that, I think, at the end is what you were alluding to. Like that just seemed like a kind of a weird jump. I remember hearing that and thinking like, he must have something at the end of it, and it just went pig's ear of it and time, and it just left a little bit of a disjointed feeling at the end of it.
I think it is like I said, it just felt like a lot of I guess you could say that the overall sort of umbrella of the round was to be what's the word I want, but like nonsensical sense, if you like. So if we say that's the overall theme of the round, then it does make sense as a package. But like, I just like I say, I think at a certain point within that round there needed to be a spike, and or maybe it started too heavy. Maybe that like the wrestling should have been sort of placed further into the middle, so then there was like a spike at the beginning, spike in the middle, and then do you know what I mean? Maybe that's more of what was wrong with it. I don't know, but I just feel like you can feel the energy falling out of the round towards the end of it.
I see what you mean. Yeah, no, I got you. In that case, back to your favourite bit. Your next.
My favourite.
A caveman lives in a crack den because it's a crack. What's the crack then? You look like you smell.
Brilliant
and
joke.
You smell like you look.
Brilliant joke.
And you're dressed like.
You can't just do that after every line now.
No. Sorry. I'm having both of them. I'm having both of those. A caveman's house is a crack den. Is a fantastic little play about, and that's a good joke. That's a good joke. And you look like you smell, and you smell like you look. It's another. That's a peach. That one is a peach.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
The crack den thing, I can throw that away, but the smell like you look, that's a peach.
You just fell out of
joke.
bush. Your soles of your shoe is being held by your foot, and you only buy. The sole of your shoe is being held by your foot, and you only buy food that shelf life is good. like bare tins of beans and tomato soups. And where he eats a mess like army troops. Any place he goes, he's just passing through in some practical footwear, commando boots. He make music you can chill, but also party to. No, you make music for people that do ket off of Charlie spoons. Are you a hippie? Please be honest. All your music videos surrounded by trees in the forest. A little bunch of hippie mugs on pixie dust. It fits you, bruv. Caveman, no technology. He's into all the simpler stuff. Well, I'll leave you at one with nature when I leave him in the mud. This homeless geezer sleeping rough. It's usually shoes off at my gaff, but imagine his feet was on your rug. Wouldn't sleep for months trying to clean the crust. And I don't think bleach would be enough, you filthy hippie. Ain't you got some trees to hug? Peace and love. Nah, Caveman getting beat so much I'd even let him be a judge. Time.
That was the clip that Prem used, wasn't it? When they did the shorts, they went after they said you hippie or something like that. So I think they like that bit.
I think they use quite a lot of that battle in shorts. I might be wrong in thinking that every round got its own short.
He just clipped up the whole thing.
I mean, but I will say I think deservedly so. As much as I'm critiquing Caveman's stuff here, but I do think we deserve to be battle of the event, of the filming day that day, and of what's been streamed as well. Like we deserve to be what we was. We both it shows in the battle. We both did what we do very well on the day. So it deserves to get the plaudits that it gets, and whatever little clips of it gets. I mean, yeah, for me, I think it's a very bloody good round from me. A very fucking good round from me. I mean, it's always. I'm very happy to bang my drum, but I want everyone to understand that I am humble. I want everyone to understand that first, but. How good am I? How good am I? I mean,
Stop.
I'm brilliant.
I'm humble. What's your catchphrase again? I never lost, bitch.
Never lost.
So humble. Most humble.
The most humble. I am the most humble. It's crazy. It's crazy how humble I am. I'm the most humble.
It's crazy how humble I am. Oh my God.
Do you know,
that needs to be a t-shirt.
I believe that
immediately.
Well, because people have no idea how big my ego actually is. So the fact that I am this, reserved about how good I am is quite impressive, I have to say myself.
This is your level of humility giving a speech at a university graduation ceremony.
Humble.
Listen, man, you all got your futures ahead of you, but let me tell you about my future and how fucking bright it is, okay?
Mate, tell you what, mate, you lot wish you was me. Oh, I hear you're graduating. Valedictorian, yeah? Sick. But I bet you wish you was me, innit? Oh, crazy. Oh you don't know, mate. You don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I do. I mean, I haven't been stopping it throughout my own rounds because I don't like to sort of play on things. But she's taken my phone, so I can't go over my notes. But yeah, I think my writing in this round is very clean. The jokes are cracking. What is it? How do I finish this one? Sorry, can we skip back into it?
Yeah.
And there's because there was a point of things that was
Charlie spoons. Are you a hippie?
Oh yeah.
Please be honest. All your
so
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do what I never do is I'm gonna freeze it in a slightly more. There you go.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah. So for me, one of the first things I wrote down for Caveman was hippie.
Yes.
That was one of the first notes I wrote. That was all I wrote was just hippie. And I knew that I was going to present him as a hippie. And I cannot lie to you, when he turned up that day, dressed how he was dressed, with his hair how it was, I couldn't believe my luck. I thought I've struck absolute gold. Because it's always one of those funny things. You think I'm going to do this whole thing. And it kind of depends on his presentation as well. you do a thing about gassed and you say like, oh, you look like, and now he's got his shaved head. It doesn't land the same as when it did when he had the longer hair. You can still calling someone a nonce is always going to be funny, but it landed differently when he had the longer hair. Now that he has the shorter hair, and I think like if Caveman had come with a fresh trim and like a brand new tracksuit or whatever, me calling him a hippie does not land the same as him dressed the way he's dressed. So that was one of the first things I wrote down was just hippie, and it was nice that I was able to. And it's funny as well. At that point, I hadn't, because he does have all of his music videos. Well, I say all of his music. There's a fair bunch of his music videos are in parks or like in a green area where. So yeah, I do believe he is a bit of a tree hugger, and he is vegetarian and stuff. And again, this is a thing of trying to get everything into a round, and like, I was conscious. So when I was writing it, of like how to get everyone on board with the idea of me calling him a hippie. Again, at the time, I'm not knowing what Caveman's going to turn up. So if he does, I've got to write with an anticipation of him turning up with a fresh haircut and etc. and really put in a sort of spanner in the works. Do you know what I mean? So I have to sort of be prepared for everyone to have to understand what point I'm making here, and so that was the overall theme.
There's a dark timeline version of this battle where he turns up in a 3-piece Gucci suit with the fucking freshest shoes on, and you're just like, right, I can work with this. Right, just give me a couple of minutes. All right, I'll just reword a couple of bits. Right, but because you're right, like Caveman, I never know, whenever I see him on socials, he looks different every day. Like it feels like his hair goes from here back to here and then back down to here again. It doesn't make any sense. And but you're right. Like, I think the fact though is that he's known as a bohemian dude. So I think it still would have carried, but you're right that he had such a certain look to him that day with the 3/4 on, the hair, the baggy hoodie, and it's just okay. Because one of my questions is, how easy or hard is it to write for someone like a Caveman when there's a lot that you can work with, but then it's like, how do I just not go for the low-hanging fruit for the sake of it? How do I make it so that I still subvert the expectation? Like, okay, here's the question. Would you prefer to have something that's like really obvious about someone and have that to play off of? Or do you like finding something that's like, oh, I didn't know that. The audience don't know that. I'm going to use this as my thing because it's fresh and original and no one will have heard it. Like, if you have the choice, which do you like?
So, personally, I think I'm really good at spotting. When I battled Moke, now I don't know till this day if this is true, but I said that I think he's an only child, or if he's not, then he doesn't have any bigger brothers, and to me personally, that's just it just gives that vibe to me. And there's other battles where I do similar things, and I never know if I'm right, and I don't want to ask anyone because I don't believe they tell me the truth if I was right or not. But I feel like I do say things about people where I think like I reckon I've called your number here, and you don't have to tell me whether I'm right and whatever else. And but I do also have a rule to myself of I don't want to expose anything. Do you know what I mean? That's never really been my bag, but I will. There's I guess there's a little bit of grey area in like if I know something to be 100% true, then I cast it as an exposure. But say if say for like me saying to Cave he's a hippie, like. What? That's such a ridiculous concept. But say like to call something out about someone's character that I've deducted with maths and and I've come to a conclusion, and that's not the same as me exposing someone because I don't know it to be true. I've just put this together in my head, and I may have gotten 5, and you could tell the world I've gotten 5, but you and I both know I got 4, and that's I feel like I call a lot of people's cards with that sort of stuff, and the hippie thing. I know you say like he's seen as a bohemian, but for me that's something that's never been said to him, and I don't think he ever. Sure. But I think it does hit. I think it really does hit, yeah. and I won't be surprised that it's something that goes on as an ongoing theme through the like if he ever battles again or whatever, like throughout the rest of his battles. I think it's something that it lands, man, and it does fit the description.
I mean, let me ask you.
Like that.
Let me ask you. This has got nothing to do with this battle, but the tournament in general, because obviously. There was an exchange I had the other day. I was doing the watch-along months ago, and one of the videos that I was sent, because it wasn't listed anymore, was Quicksilver versus Wavy John. And the reason I was suggested that was because it has, and I feel confident quantifying this as 100% true, the freeze frame of UK battle rap history, where I have never seen a man look at the camera and realise it's all over in real time. That is...
Yeah.
Crushing. It's you're seeing a man's soul leave his body in real time, right? But that was an awkward 20-30 seconds to sit through to get to that moment, and I'm not sure people want to see that level of fucking tension in a battle. It's not entertaining, but it is a moment. So I guess the question I have is like, where do you draw the line to get a moment? Where do you draw the line to get that thing that gets everyone talking about? Fuck, did you hear what happened in that battle? Even if it's good, bad, shock, whatever. What's your line?
So, personally, for me, if I think for things like say like that, or like real, the other thing that comes to my mind is, which really did land, is the old Yunnan and Chris Lee spit. You have something to confess, Callum. Like, I mean, that really fucking hit. But the reality is like, realistically, you're calling this man a rapist, and like so if you're saying this as you're exposing him and you want everyone to know this as true, why I personally, if I know this to be true, then I'm calling it out before the battle comes in, and we're not having a battle, and whatever else happens sort of thing. But for me, I personally, if I feel a real way about you to expose you, like there's similar with the Quicksilver thing. Like personally, for me, if you're saying that he's a racist and has all these whatever, like personally, and this isn't a bad mouth on Quick, because it's fair for him to use that out. But for me, I'd have just messaged Travis and be like, "Have you seen what this guy's on?" Like, but at the same time, I can't take away, because as well, it is something very nice for Quick to have, and it is. I mean, he does it very well, to deliver it as the idea of who he is and what he's done or whatever. But for me, that's not my bag. I don't really take a lot of. I don't have a lot of time for an expose round. I don't think that's not my cup of tea. I don't really give a lot of points for being like, oh, he's actually like. It don't land for me. But then again, with anything with battle rap, nothing is a definite rule. There's always going to be an outlier. Like, someone could hear me say this and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to prove you wrong, and 100% prove me wrong, because I think that's part of the game, is to be able to take something that some people don't like and being able to make them like it, and that's like an achievement. That's part of the art, I guess. But yeah, for me, that level of exposure isn't what I'm here for. I don't think that's good writing. I think that's when you go into the other side of what battle rap is, when you're just trying to sort of destroy a character, and I don't think that's never been my lane anyway.
No, especially
and I try to avoid.
When you've got nothing personal against, when it's like, if there's a personal animosity between two and they've somehow convinced them to battle, okay, I can see how that might be the selling point of the battle, which is like, these guys are going to fucking lay into each other because they fucking hate each other. But when it's no, these two they're good stylistically. They've shook hands and they'll battle. It's you two agreeing, we're going to go and tear the house down. We're going to go entertain, but I'm going to beat you. I'm going to be more entertaining than you are. So just get ready to say congratulations to me when we're all done. As opposed to, you know, it's a weird one, man. Like, I don't see that anymore in UK battle rap. And I do think we're better for it because I don't think it would lead
100%.
to a viral moment anyway. Like, if you clip that up and sent it around, how many people are going to share, hey, watch this man's life fall apart? Like,
yeah. And also, it sets the false image of what it. So say there was one of those moments, and it does go viral, and then the next event is a room packed full of people expecting to see six battles, where it's like everyone. They're not coming. They're not going to see that. They could come to 100 events again and never see a similar thing of someone's life being crumbled because it doesn't happen that often. It's rare that someone has an angle against them that you can expose them for at that level that people give that much of a fuck about. And and also like it's like, well, then you're just not going to have the fucking battlers, are you?
Right.
Because I'm not going to fucking sign up to. For if everyone's plan is to find your deepest, darkest secrets and expose you, do you know? And whatever you dig up is fair game. Like I
getting random phone calls where you sat at work like, look, yeah, what? We got some guy here asking like, have you ever hit anyone with your car? No. Yeah. Nah, apparently not, mate. Who was your name again? Shotty. Okay, cool. Cheers, mate. Bye. Like, that would be... But you could see guys doing that if that became the name of the game. But what you wouldn't see
100%.
is that translating into more entertaining battles. It would just be shock fucking... You know what I mean? Like, just who can get up the dish the best dirt. And there's only so much of that anyway. Like, most of us are quite boring people outside of battle rap, so... Like, oh, I heard you work in an office. Yep. Fucking bars, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, man. Do you know, it's funny. I always find it funny when someone like has like, oh, you're an electrician. Like, yeah. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, there are people that do like a sort of electrician based punch. So I guess it sort of maybe plays in on a short circuit battle, but I mean, outside of that, I could plug as well. But it's just funny to me when like someone's like, oh, you're an electrician, or anyone who whatever their job is. It's like when people talk about Bizzo being a hotel manager, I think like
constantly.
What? And I appreciate like it's tough when you're like there's not really like. At the same time, there's not an awful lot of stuff to sort of go like, right, because people always have this necessity of, oh, well, he wasn't direct. You could have said those punchlines to anyone. So then we as writers sort of go, well, no, I'm going to make sure that this is... So then like, right, well, what can I say about Bizzo? What do I know about Bizzo? Right, I know his name, I know this, I know he works in a hotel or he's a hotel manager. And there is punches, of course there is, around a hotel. There's, I mean, how many films are based around... There's loads of stuff you can work into it. So then it's like, right, well, and for the first person who gets it, it's a rich fame. And then it dwindles down each person, and then we get to a point where we are now, where it's like, yeah, we know he's in a... I don't even know if he's a fucking hotel manager anymore. Like, but it doesn't matter. For the rest of Bizzo's battling career, he will be a hotel manager, no matter what his job is. And then for me,
Sorry.
And I mean,
he is. No, you're right. 100%. It's like, and I heard you're a hotel manager, and I can hear him lipping to himself. I haven't worked in a fucking hotel for 10 years.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter what he does for the rest of his life. Like he could be a document. Like he could be the fucking prime minister. At the same time, in battle rap world, he will still be a hotel manager. That will be his position forever. And excuse me. At the same time, I appreciate like that is the sort of thing with battle rap is and I think there is a competition amongst battle rappers within ourselves of like, oh, you've done it, but you haven't done it the way that I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it in a really impressive way. And I think that is something that that we all sort of try to do, and like I'm gonna be the person who has the best fucking hotel manager angle against Bizzo. I'm gonna be the best person to have a never lost angle against Frost and whatever else. So like we do get lost in the source of trying to impress ourselves and whatever else. You're never gonna get rid of it. People are always gonna say Frost is a Fed. But that's gonna stick to me, and these sort of things do. Arsenal, the Rebel is still a fucking bus driver. Like 20 years down the line, bro, he still drive buses for schools. You know, these things stick, and it is the way it is.
100%, 100%. Well, I'd tell you what. I'll ask you a question since you're dictating the flow of this. Do you want to watch Cave's last round, or do you want to skip to the judges section?
Yeah, no. We can watch Cave last round. We can definitely. Yeah. We won't skip that.
Let's see what Cave ended on. Can I? There we are. Right. There you go. Okay. Premier battles.
Thank you.
Third round on Cave.
Well played.
See, when you battle against Caveman, there's no survival. You are one wrong move from ending up in the gutter like a bowling aisle. This is Big Daddy Cave. I take things farther than them other guys. I got a few lines that'll make him take a long nap. I write lullabies. Let me summarize. You have way too much on his plate. He should have just stayed home. That was his one mistake. But now you've fallen in the pit and you will not escape. I eat rappers like you for breakfast, so it would have been better if Frost did flake. See, I've been out of the loop, but I'm back about now, looking better and working harder, and you've just been lined up to get slapped about like a visit to a Turkish barber. I
will point out, I didn't notice, I've only watched this back once, I think, afterwards. That, I think, was because if you're watching this live and not the original stream, on the videos, they've not got the timer, so I don't know how long exactly, but that's, 15, 20 seconds? Ooh. Like, that was a third of his round, and didn't really get anything or anywhere. Like, until he got to the reaction for the Turkish barber whip, which I think, again, it's the imagery it evokes, and it's like, that's good. But it does make you omit the 20 seconds it took, which he could have just started with, I suppose.
I mean, he does have the frosted flake line, which, like we said, it is for me. But again, it's not an above average bar. Like it's worded well. That's something to definitely commend, because I think that's something that gets overlooked a lot. It's like someone would say but the wording isn't proper, and I think that's something that we need to be a little bit more fucking observant of as viewers. But it's not an above average bar, and so like you say, that's 20 seconds. That's quite a large portion of a 60-second round to have not really got anywhere. And the Turkish barber is what it is. Again, it's a funny joke, but I think they're just difference in levels for me of what we're doing.
I got you. It's weird. I guess I didn't really grasp how much time he spent in that third round getting to a bit that I would react to, like, oh, that's good. But that's 15, 20 seconds. 15, 20 seconds. That's a lot, man. In a minute.
What I will also say though is this does sort of like, because saying all of this, we only know that because we can see the timer. In the moment, Caveman doesn't really feel like he's taking up a lot of time. I would like just to sort of give him his flowers at the same time of talking shit about him. I will say that it doesn't feel stretched out. It doesn't feel like he's taken a long time or whatever. I mean, it's only because we're being critical of the time limits and whatever else. But you're not like you're not bored of him at any moment. He's still, even though I'm critiquing the writing or whatever, it's not like you're going like, oh, whatever. Like let's. I don't want to skip the round. It's a good. Do you know what I mean? I think that has to be said as well. As while I'm taking away from him, I should say that like he's still holding the room at the same time of it not really doing what it needs to do in a tournament battle, I think.
I'd be hastened to pointing out that we will give Caveman his flowers, because when we get to the judging segment, that's when our guest today is going to have fun at my expense, because, well, you'll see. Anyways, Caveman was speaking. Go, Cave.
I've been out of the loop, but it's a new day dawning, and I've read the papers, and my return to the forefront means murking this small punk. I gotta teach him a lesson. I'm an educator, so please don't be too prideful to accept the favor. You are small, soft, and southern, like Pret a Manger. You are small, soft, and southern, like Pret a Manger, but I come from the north, like Greg the Baker. This is a geek off the street versus a regulator, and someone should have took him home like country roads in West Jamaica. See, I've come here to spin the life out of everyone in this tournament and get that paper. That's enough for one day. Smell you later.
There he is.
Oh, good shit, man.
So
It's funny, just before I forget, right? So
shoot.
just there at the end, he has the country roads like West Jamaica, right? And it's funny. So he said in a previous battle, his favorite band is Toots and the Maytals. Now they have I could be, I believe it's a cover. I'm not sure where the origin of the song is, but they have a country roads.
Okay.
Take me home, country. Like, they have it, and West Jamaica. Anyway, and as I was writing for him, because I quite like Toots and the Maytals as well, and I was gonna have a bar of Toots and the Maytals just thrown in there. I don't know whether other battlers do this. I know I'm not special in the sense, but like a lot of times I will do a bar that I know is just for them.
Right.
It's something that I know they're into, and I know something about, and I'm gonna do it just for them. And it's always nice to sort of get. And I did, and I had workings of a Toots and Maytal bar reference, and I took it out because I thought like I don't have time to waste and just give him like to have a little Easter egg for Caveman, and be worried about winning the battle. But it's funny that like that's why I laugh when he says it. I was like, ha, like because when I was writing, it was something that I was considering, and it's funny that he did have one as well. And we may have crossed paths over a similar fucking bar had I gone for it. It's funny.
Well, this is where I now have to stand on ceremony because we'll listen to the judges' decisions, obviously, and then we're going to hash it out between the two of us. But Pathogenic, let's see what he has to say about the battle.
Pathogenic judging Frost versus Caveman.
Look at that thing. It's
a great battle. First round, Frost had some very intricate writings, especially based on the time limit that they have here. And that does end up being the factor in this first round. Caveman was great. But I do think Frost's writing was just a little bit better here. Nice to see him remembering his stuff all the way through. Second round, I thought this was Caveman's best round.
Nice to see him remembering it was all the way through. The little laugh, right? That has to.
Yeah.
There must be something in you, even if there's respect and he's okay. Remember my stuff.
Listen, I know.
Come on, the competitor in you must be like, how fucking dare you, sir?
But you know what? I love Path, and like I said earlier on, I'm happy to take the beating that I deserve for past performances. So I'm not gonna be mad at someone having that little jab. But it is always fun to remember these things later on down the line.
Right.
If anyone returns to old Blighty. And they're looking for an opponent, I can always throw my name in the ring.
It's good,
we
man.
can appreciate, but we don't forget. No, but I do love Path though, man. I do love Path. He's a gem. But yeah.
What else is he? It's
fair game, man. It's fair game.
Very, very well hitting punches, comedic angles. I give the second round to Caveman, but the third round was the closest overall. I thought this was Frost's best round though. And so I give the third round to Frost. So overall winner, Frost, 2-1, first and third.
Yo, what is good? My name is Bizzo Bond, former Premier Battles champion and the longest reigning battle rap champion of all time. Here to judge Frost versus Caveman, and I'd just like to say this was my favourite battle from the day. I am a massive fan of both of these guys. I feel like they can both go a very long way in the tournament, and it was great to see them matched up so early on, so we could see what to expect from both. But on this occasion, I did give the battle 2-1 to Frost. I felt like Frost was very well polished within this battle, and his intricacy is something that really catches my eye when I watch him battle. Caveman is a very, very good technical rapper. However, I do feel like in terms of the density of the material, I gave it to Frost based on that for the 2 rounds that I gave to him. But shout out both MCs. Very much looking forward to seeing what they do for the rest of the tournament. Peace!
Yo, it's Viz judging Caveman versus Frost. This was the toughest battle in this block I had to judge, and it was also the most entertaining battle to watch. I watched it 3 or 4 times, and I ended up giving it 2-1 to Caveman. Really tough call, and I'm not mad at anyone giving it to Frost. Both had crazy performances. I couldn't take anything away from either of them, but on this occasion, it was 2-1 to Cave.
Right. Okay, I'm going to shut up for a second and let you just...
I mean, it's very telling that Viz didn't explain himself at all there. I mean, it's very telling. Very telling. I mean, you can't trust those Irish, mate.
Oh my god! Conspicuous by his absence of explanation. Come on, walk me through. Okay, let's try and be fair. Like, because it was basically everyone gave it split. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
However, the discrepancy between one guy seeing it one way and 2 seeing it the way, I've always been like you. Like, I can see a winner. I can never really understand how a battle gets called 2 different ways, though. So, walk me through it.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't understand how this battle's got called 2 separate ways. Personally, I know, obviously, I'm biased to myself, but bar by bar and round by, like, for me, I've taken this battle free zip. Like, if you go over my second round, and I mean, if you want to, I mean, I can have a little bit more of a fucking intricate breakdown of the second round as to, like, what's being said as it's said. But I just don't think. I think my rounds are flawless is way too far of a fucking throw. But like there's no fat left on the bones. I think I've been very crisp, and I think the hits are very, like, high level. I think in the second round I had some. I had some amazing Caveman flips, like, and it's treaded fucking paths, man. People have done all manner of Caveman stuff, and I think I was still able to land on some fresh fucking grass, and I think that's something that needs to be spoken about as well. I don't think I treaded on any toes throughout any of my Caveman stuff. Maybe I did. I'm sure someone will be able to pull me up on stuff. But yeah, for me, I don't feel like this is a fucking debatable. But this is something that we were saying earlier about battle rap, is that it's never just one man's call, and everyone's got different eyes and ears, and we all see something in a separate frame. Like, and there's also different factors that people take into account, and probably they may position higher as what they want out of a battle. So if what you want is punch count and things that you can sort of like parcel off, so that, like, yeah, he landed this shot, he landed that shot, la da 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 da. If that's what you're looking for, then it's that's what you're looking for. I hate to sort of I don't appreciate when a judge goes like, oh, it's a preference thing, because I feel like you shouldn't be using a preference thing if you're judging. And I know it's difficult, but I think we should sort of, like, there is more of a science to it than just going like, oh, well, I like comedy, so I'm going to go for the comedy guy. Like, right, but you can, if you're judging something, that you also have to have a knowledge of what bars are bars and whatever else. And I think that's so I don't ever think that using preference as an out for judging something one way or another is fair. I think that you should have more of a fucking critique about things and be able to explain yourself. Like, I would love, Viz, to ask you what your fucking favourite bar was, mate. You tell me what bit of Caveman's material you really enjoyed, mate. Because I know you, and I know the way you write, and I know the stuff that you like. I can't wait to hear you tell me what bar you thought was your favorite. Go on, you tell me it was the wrestling thing. You tell me it was a wrestling thing, and that's why you give him the fucking win. Go on, you tell me it, and I'll laugh in your face because I know that's not fucking true, mate. You know I have better fucking material than that, you arsehole. Anyway, I've got lost. Anyway, but yeah,
No, you
It's
wait.
always
No,
one of those
sorry.
things.
Hang on. Sorry. Gimmick infringement. No, you can't get lost. It's not possible. Come on now. It's kayfabe, brother.
Never lost.
Never lost. Come on now.
Never lost. Yeah, but yeah, it's all there is a lot of there is a lot of things that do come down to someone being like and what you can hear and what you take in, and it's easy for things to get missed. Doesn't matter how many times you watch a battle. I mean, like, it's funny, like, me and Frank will go over our rounds together before battles sometimes, and there's stuff that just won't, I won't get it the first time, and maybe like a few times down the line, like it only because I'm standing there with, and I'll say like I don't know that, I don't know. I know you're saying a bar here because I can see there's wordplay or whatever, but I don't know what if there is any more to it than just what the simple line is, if you know what I mean, like
Right.
that. And I think that's something that maybe we as battlers get lost in, is like you have to remember that everyone else is not in your head. You might think that this is a given to everyone to understand what point you're making here, but they might just hear the wording that do you know what I mean? They might hear the bar but not understand what you're meaning with the bar. I don't know if I'm making sense with it.
No, I totally get.
But
I totally
yeah,
get where you come from. The worst culprit for that, though, I've seen so far in the tournament was Bert, because he was literally turning around mid bar and going, "Mate, that was really funny." Like, what the? And
Yeah.
That's. I mean, that's an extreme exaggeration because he's a comedian, but like, I get what you're saying, and that part of because this is the part where I sort of throw myself under the bus, because I did judge it 2-1 to Caveman.
And I hear, like, listen, as much as I'm going to debate you with it and tell you why you're wrong.
Tell me, not suggest.
So if
I mean,
you tell me what
you are
rounds you
right,
think
by
you
the
took.
way, because you got the win. Like, I am wrong because you were awarded the win. But
I mean, what rounds do you give to him?
Right. So
What rounds do you give to him?
I will tell you how I scored it in a general sense, which is
Okay.
I look at battle rap through the prism of what did I find entertaining? Which of the two guys did I feel did the most, or rather made the best use of the context and the framing of the battle itself, and how much can I remember? Like, what actually sticks after you're done reacting? Because I think technicality is a wonderful thing so long as it serves the purpose of all those three things. The substance of the content and how much you pack in is great as long as it serves those things. I do appreciate, though, that almost to your point, the filthy casual in me does lean towards more what I can comprehend, not being a writer, not being particularly comedic, not being, at least in a lyrical sense, sounds so fucking cringy, but it's the only way I can think of it. In a lyrical sense of, I can't understand how you guys cobble together these things and how it comes to you. So I don't always fathom until it's pointed out to me, like, look, Lorne, look at Cave's third and look at how long it takes him to get to this and see how it's not connected. Like, that from a writing perspective isn't as strong as, let's say, if you take this segment of my first round where you see it's all threaded, it builds, it then feeds into the next segment of the round, which is then when the payoff happens, and it's earned. It's not just something I threw out there. It's something I knew I was building towards. And I think that's effectively what you're making the case of, is I've built and crafted these rounds in a superior way, and they deserve to be judged as such.
Yeah. In a nutshell, yeah. I do. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Like, say if we're judging the second round, because I think that's that seems to be the one that both of the judges that gave it. That was the one that they both. So for me, so that's the round of. Do you know what I like about Frost? I don't like nothing about Frost. the wrestling line.
Yes.
And then as we when we was watching it, we even said like after that, then there is a sort of dip in what we're getting out of the round. Now, you made a point of saying that what you remember from the battle. So like, and that's a very valid point. And it is 1,000,000% a big factor in this round, because that is the takeaway from this round, is that wrestling line. It is a really good joke. Yeah, it just lands really well. He delivers it like a fucking pro. Like it's really, and then it goes into, it goes from the I don't like nothing about Frost into that wrestling one. Both are delivered 10 out of 10. So I do appreciate that. As there's one thing I will also like sort of, when I judge a battle, I will not necessarily judge round by round, although sometimes I will. There's not one formula to judge a battle in my head, as ridiculous as it is, but I'm sure a lot of people get that as battle fans. But like, so sometimes it is round by round, sometimes it is an overall vibe as like how the whole battle played out, and who I think had the biggest highs and the biggest lows and whatever else. But individually on this round, like he had two very big highs. And so if we give him 2 10s out of the gate, but then there's a lot of like 4, 5, maybe 6s to follow it, and then maybe 1 sort of 7 toward the back end of it. Whereas I think for my second round, like I said earlier, I think some of that caveman stuff that I had throughout my second round was I felt when I was writing it that this is fucking clever, man. Like, and maybe people think that I'm not as clever as I think I am, which 100% could be the case. I'm definitely not as clever as I think I am, and I don't even think I'm clever. But the point is that I think for me, I think mine was a more consistent of a 8-9 throughout the whole of the round, and I mean I do think like my favorite bar that I wrote for Caveman was in this round of and leave carvings a caveman, you can etch that in stone. I think that's a really fucking good caveman punch. It was builded up to in a real nice fucking package, like as a round, and the round goes together. Like there's no part of that round that you can take out and it fits anywhere else in my writing. Like each individual round had its own individual point to play and part that it played. And I don't think that Caveman's did have that. I think like you could have put all of his scraps of paper, however he writes, and thrown it together and thrown it on the floor and still had your free rap. Like, do you know what I mean? That there wasn't like an overall theme to anything or whatever. And yeah, and this is me all just fucking giving myself reasons as to why I win. And I did win. So remember it. But and I'm telling you why I did, so you can understand for the future as to how you should enjoy battles in the future. Well, if we can all just view it from my perspective in future,
I will tell you what,
I think battle rap would be a lot more enjoyable for everybody.
Here's the thing, you are joking, but my question was literally going to be basically that, which is let's say for the sake of argument, this is people's opportunity to be like, okay, I'm not sold on the intricate stuff. I'm not sold on the over technical stuff, etc. I just want to be made to laugh, and I don't really want to see anything else. Right? Okay. Let's say, for the sake of argument, this is your opportunity for that person, for the very narrow window. I can ask all of you to just open your minds a little bit to a slightly different way of interpreting, enjoying, seeing something. Okay. In battle rap context, you've said this perfectly. There is no one way to judge it. I don't think there's one way to enjoy it
100%.
or listen to it. Again, it's different live to how it is on YouTube or even on Shorts.
Big time.
In your mind, though, there's a reason you do it. It's because you're really good at it. But the reason you're really good at it and you've devoted time is because you think there's a merit and a benefit to it. What is that you think people miss when they see it? Like, take this battle as an example. Who, again, people like me who are like, well, I like the more memorable stuff or the stuff that makes me laugh or whatever. And you're like, right, okay, that's great and everything. But here's what you're maybe not... Again, you're missing out because this is something you could enjoy if you were just open to it. Like, we might have just lost Frost. Are you still there, bub? We might have just lost Frost, ladies and gentlemen. I think his phone might have died. I'm going to switch to the other screen for a second. There you are, just so that you're not looking at two of me, because that's fucking horrific. And the chat is disabled because I didn't add the this chat to the other one. He's back. He's back. I can switch back. Is your phone dying, brother?
Yeah, sorry, man. I was my fault. It come twice that like the battery's dying.
We have been going for nearly 2 hours in your defense.
Are we really?
Yes.
Oh wow. Oh wow. It's been good.
And I'm still asking stupid questions.
Time flies, mate. Time flies.
Well, I'll tell you what then. I'll tell you what. We'll put a pin in that question for another day, and we'll let you end on, okay, you took the battle. You won it. You got the points on the board. Who is your next opponent in the tournament, as in when the next one to air?
As things stand, so the next, obviously, as people will know by now, Tongue Twister pulled out of the tournament. So that would have been my next battle. Obviously, he pulled out of the tournament. So the next one after that is me versus the Burke. At this point, as we know, the Burke should have battled Tongue Twister on the first block. So he's picked up, and he did, which will be out on this Sunday stream. Tune in. I'm sure you will be. If you're watching this, you're surely watching that. He battled Pedro on like 4 hours notice. Very, very well, very competitive, like writing. It was very good. It really put a fire beneath my feet, so to speak. He's definitely, I mean, and I knew it before going into the tournament that he's someone to be worried about and what he's capable of, but he really showed a good level there, because it like I say, it was 4 hours prep and it was very fucking tailored, which as you can see through my own thing, I'm very appreciative of something being tailored and there being overlying themes to around them, and he hit that, man, very well. So I'm also, with it being inside the tournament settings, is you have to take into account like both either Caveman or the Burke could also, two of us are going through, and whatever place we land in the tournament bracket, we all have the potential to end up facing each other again. So this is something I've taken into account during the group stages as well, is that either of these, I mean, at the beginning it could have been 3 people, but these are people that I can potentially meet again, and not to blow my load, pause. But like straight out the gate, it's not necessary for you to obviously it's necessary for you to win the battles or whatever, but it was something I was conscious of while writing for all of these people, that we could meet again, and to to be aware of that, and maybe set not set traps, but I guess paint a picture for things going forward. Maybe I think that's part of, like, I mean, I think you maybe see it throughout my writing here. It was like I'm talking about the rest of the tournament and the people in it. I'm trying to paint a picture for the future in my writing as well. I think that's something I've taken into account for it. And the Burke's someone to be worried about and someone to watch throughout the tournament for anyone who is watching. He's a dangerous opponent.
There you go.
Tough to write for. He's tough to angle on. There's not like this is straight. I mean, of course he's new, so he has that benefit, but there's not a lot of outstanding things that you can say about him. He says he's a tough man to write for.
And the final question, and then we do the obligatory plug section. Can you win? Can you go on and win the tournament? Are you going to be taking home a big fat wad of cash, a brand new enhanced? I'm just listen. It's obligatory. I got to ask it for the record.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You're doing your job in asking. Yeah, I mean, of course I can win. I mean, I'm convinced I will win. The money is already spent. It's a very nice watch, and people will get to see it once I have won. I'm not going to not going to break the seal until I've completed the final. But Yeah, man, I know I can win. I know I've got what it takes to win the tournament, and at the same time, I'm not a fool to think that this is a walkthrough for me. There's people in this tournament that are up and coming, that have got a point to prove and would love to prove that point against me, and everything's subjective, like we've been saying. Like in my eyes, I could have what I consider to be the best stuff ever, and they still give it to my opponent, and you have to sort of take that as it comes. But for me, yeah, I'm top 2 of the tournament, and I'm not number 2. Alcoja and Gem.
I'm gonna trip him up here, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we know whether or not he's visualized himself winning the tournament yet. If he's really like, yeah, there I am with it. How are you gonna hold the belt? Because there's a belt that they're gonna award you. Have you figured out? Because Bobby had his over the shoulder fucking Rumble style. Obviously,
so for me,
have you had that vision in your head of you standing there with that glorious fucking golden belt?
I like the crossbody. I like the crossbody, and I also like the sort of dog collar.
Yeah, the bit.
Dog collar
I think
one.
that's
I
how
like
Biz
dog
had
collar
his when he was. I think he did the cap thing with it around his neck, sort of business when he took the.
Yeah, just sort of hanging like a dog collar. That I like that one as well. I think over the shoulder, because I'm not a very big fella. I think over the shoulder it's kind of it hangs down too far. It's quite overbearing. Is that the word I want?
Well, listen, man, the belt it reminds me of is the NXT tag one, and that's just so like
it's a lovely belt,
bold, man. It's just like
it's a lovely belt.
So there is, you're
belt.
right, like wearing it around the waist, it just looks like fucking hell belt. Like I know, right?
Yeah.
Big. Whereas shoulder or wherever, but like I feel like you gotta have that in your back pocket, because there's nothing worse than when someone gets handed the belt and they're not quite sure. Like you can't David Arquette that shit. You know what I mean?
When I do my trophy lift.
You can't lift it upside down. You can't fucking drop it. You can't like fiddle with. You need to have it in your head, like
depending on what the venue is. Depending on what the venue is, yeah. I mean, like that's so. Like, say at Hootenanny in the corner there has got like a little railing.
Yes,
that railing is getting scaled, and I am.
Do you know what? No one's done a fucking Randy Orton / Rock style one hand
and
belt
then
in one.
I'm walking
like
over
that,
to the other corner by the DJ booth, and then I'm walking into the middle, and I'm putting it around my bollocks sort of area. I might even clip it up, get someone to clip it up, and then I'm gonna do a suck it, and I might even do a crowd. What's the word I want? Crowd dive. It is a crowd dive, isn't it?
Crowd dive. Yeah.
Well done. Fuck off. Don't even. Yeah, and then I might even crowd surf. So that's only if it's at Hootenanny. If it's at somewhere else, then I don't know what I'll do.
If that isn't a visual image to end on, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the fuck is. Crotch chop into a crowd surf in the Hootenanny with the belt, emanating gloriously. What, dude? I look forward to seeing what you've got next in the next round. Number one, I do want to thank you for coming on. You're the first person to come and offer to break down a battle, man. And I know you probably don't think it's been that meticulous, but I've learned a lot just listening to how you've approached it and thought about it. Especially, I'm not used to a tournament format like this short. So hearing that has been awesome. I guess the last question for you is, aside from the tournament, what have you got coming up? What do you want people to be doing? Following you, liking, sharing, whatever, all that stuff. Like, what do you want people to be doing for Frost?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I have made a promise to myself to be more active on different parts of social media in the upcoming weeks, and making a lot more content and just seeing what else I can do to promote myself. So if you can follow me at Frost_1988 on Instagram and Twitter. I don't even know what I am on TikTok. It would be a similar vein. It'd be a similar vein of Frost 1988 or Frost Never Lost. It'd be one of those. I'm sure you can work it out, you beautiful people. You're all smart. You're all clever. I'm sure you can. But yeah, if you can all follow me on all of those social media platforms, and if you see something you like, please repost it and share it and like it and comment on things, man. Comments mean a lot. Like argue with people. If you disagree with what someone else has said on something, on battles or whatever, like disagree with them. It's not that deep, man. I think we've all got lost in this idea of like you don't want to be arguing with people on fucking over battles and whatever else. But like that's half of the fun is being able to disagree on who wins a battle. And if there's another one of these that we do and there's someone else who disagree, and it like I'd love to hear why you disagree with me and think that my writing was shit, and I can tell you why you're wrong. Like I would love to hear it. I can't, please, but no, I do. So again, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry.
You took the 3 points. Everyone can do two things: nothing and like it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, it is what it is. And listen, I say all this. I do want to shout out Caveman at the end of the day, because we did have a really good battle that day, man. And as much as there's a lot of bravado going on here, he is a very fucking sound writer. That was like 3 very good rounds that after the battle finished, I was worried. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not walking away thinking to myself, well, that's in the bag. Like I was worried. And it until I got the fucking results back from Briggs. That sounds like a fucking SDI thing. But yeah, I was worried. Like you pause. Yeah, but it was dangerous, and he's a very good writer. It was 3 very well very entertaining rounds, and he delivered. So as much as I'm fucking bigging myself up, I feel like he deserves his flowers in this. But yeah, I took them 3 points, and I feel like I deserved them 3 points. I feel like I deserved more of the fucking round judgments, but I mean, it is what it is. We live. We're pushing forward.
There you go.
But I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on, man.
No, likewise. Premier Battles is back Sunday, 8 p.m. Me and Crash are back on Monday at 9 p.m. And in the meantime, that's Frost. He just took the win. Fuck all you can do about it except like it. And I guess all being well, we'll see you on the next episode of the Halcyon Show, ladies and gentlemen. We're done, baby.
Peace and love.